If you go into a guitar shop to get your guitar set up and you see feeler gauges instead of this dial indicator, run, don't walk to a shop that uses this. Hey everybody, this is Matt and we're at Texas Toast Guitars. Thanks for watching. I'm going to say a lot of controversial stuff in this video. But if you don't have time or you don't like controversial things, let me jump right ahead to the end. We're going to talk about two tools from Stu Mac today. We're going to talk about this setup and we're going to talk about this setup. If you bought this, I feel sorry for you. I bought it. I feel sorry for me. If you bought this and you're still using it, you're doing it wrong. If you are thinking about buying this, don't and buy this. Okay? So I don't know how I can say this any other way. Use this tool, not this tool. It's the 21st century. Don't goof around with feeler gauges. It's a henhouse way to do it. So don't act like you ain't been told. So don't use this. Anyone who says to use this, well, I don't want to talk about them, but they're wrong. So I will say that. I won't say that anything else but that they're doing it wrong. And I know there's a lot of things. I use that stuff all the time and I get great results. No, you don't. Let me tell you how I know. Because I've been doing this for a long time and I labored under this stupid feeler gauge thing for so long. It's the old school way to do it. It's not cool. Don't do it. Okay, I think I've made my point. All right. For all those people who aren't completely terrified of using the proper tool, this is the Stu Mac string height gauge. And essentially what it is I've been using these for a long time. I have one that's actually a dial instead of a digital scale. This comes in decimal and metric for those people who, if you want to use metric, you can get a metric one too. Basically what it is there's a little plunger here that sits on top of the string, and this small archway right here rides over the frets, and these arches on the side ride over the other strings. I think I've got it figured out to where I can show you how it works on this Challenger Level 1. I'm going to show you guys how to measure this stuff, how to take readings, and how to fine-tune your action. That is to say, the bottom of the string to the top of the frets. I'm going to show you how to do that and how to use this tool and how to get really excellent, really repeatable results. Now that's the thing. If you have a guitar that you absolutely love and you say use this tool to figure out the distance of the bottom of the, let's say the low E string at the 12th fret, and you want to match all your other guitars to that, this is the tool you got to use. There's no way to do it right with feeler gauges. I know I'm beating a dead horse here, but stop using feeler gauges. Okay, all right. I feel a little calmer now. Let me orient the camera differently and show you what I'm talking about and show you how to use this tool. All right, let's do it. Okay, as you can see, this little arch right here is straddling or going over the fret. And let me see if I can get it in the picture here. These other three little arches here are going over the E, A, and D strings, leaving my, my little plunger to rest peacefully on top of the E string. That's the way this one's set up. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to zero out the digital scale, and I'm going to press down on the top here, and just like that, I'm 20 thousandths from the bottom of my low E string to the top of my fret. Now you can imagine that if I wanted it to be, say, 18 thousandths from the bottom of my low E string to the top of my fret, I can remove some material from the nut here, okay? But that's a video for another time. Now let's go over and take a look at the 12th fret. Okay, so now as you guys can see, we are located on the 12th fret, and I'm going to, without touching the strings, and notice where my my neck is. It's being supported. It's being cradled, actually, supported directly under the fret, so I'm not flexing the neck, okay? So I'm directly on the, I'm on the 12th fret. I'm going to zero out the tool, I'm going to press down on the plunger up here. 69 thousandths from the bottom of my string to the top of my fret. So you can imagine if I wanted it lower, I would lower the low E saddle. If I wanted it higher, I would raise the high E saddle. Okay? So I'm going to try to do this so you guys can see, but let's say I wanted it to be exactly 60 thousandths from the bottom of my low E string to the top of my 12th fret, given everything else stays the same. I'm not going to adjust the truss rod or anything. Know this though, my neck is dead flat because I checked it before I showed you guys this, before I started making this video. For those of you who think that you have to have relief in your neck, well, you're also wrong, but I'm not going to talk about your mamas or anything like that. But the important thing is have the neck be flat, okay? So let's say we want it to be 60 thousandths. Now, you're going to see how accurate this tool is here, okay? So remember, we're at, let's see, we have to zero out the mechanism here. Come on now. 68. So we're going to lower the saddles on the low E string. And we're going to get the nut height down, or I'm sorry, not the nut height. So look, we went down 11, so I bet you we went past the 60 thousandths. Okay, yeah, see now we're at 57, so let's come up a little bit. 56. And as you adjust, this has a Hipshot bridge, and it's got two screws for height adjustment on every saddle. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing here, but let's see where we are now. 59, man, we're a thousandth off. Let's see if we can come up. 59.5, dang. Okay, so you can see you could basically 63. well, you could chase this around all day, couldn't you? 62. 62. If you have a guitar that's set up exactly how you like, you could chase this around and get every guitar to be exactly the same. 59. Dang, I went just a little too far. There we go, 60 thousandths, baby. Gang, I don't know how much setups cost at your local music store, but I would be willing to bet you that if you bought one setup, you could pay for one of these tools. And you could do all the setups on your guitars to match all the other guitars and have all your guitars set up exactly the same with a tool like this. Remember, don't buy the feeler gauge thing, gang. StewMac sells it still, and I think it's because it's an old tool and they've had it for a while. And but I would be willing to bet you they don't sell very many of them, except for maybe to people who are still watch black and white TV or stuff like that, or still shoot 1911s. Yeah. So come up to the digital age and get you one of these digital string height gauges. Link in the description below. You can set up all your guitars to be exactly the same, and like I said, I don't know what a setup in your neck of the woods costs, but I'm willing to bet that you could probably just buy this tool and do it yourself. If you want to know more about setting up guitars, I encourage you to come to one of our classes, one of our workshops. It would be the great one to come to would be the Build a Classic Fender, because you leave with a guitar that's already strung up and ready to go. And we teach you how to use that tool, teach you how to fine tune everything. Maybe one day we'll offer a setup workshop. That might be a fun one to do. We used to do it a long time ago and nobody came. So, but you know what? We're way more popular now than we are. Or maybe I should do another video series on setups. And maybe I could do a whole video on setups. That might be a fun thing to do. You know what else would be a fun video to do? I probably shouldn't say this, because what'll happen is somebody else will steal my idea. And by the way, I'm stealing the idea because this was Chris's idea, was to take a guitar, measure every single thing on it, take it to a couple of different guitar shops and have them do a setup and see what they change. All right. So gang, again, I don't mean to be a total dick about this, but if you're using feeler gauges, you're not up to speed. And I hate to say that, but you're just not. So String height gauge from Stu Mac. It's the good stuff, kids. Go for it. Link in the description below. If you like the video, give me the thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, consider Patreon and joining us on YouTube, all that stuff. $1 a month goes a long way to helping us bring you guys cool stuff like this. If you can't do that though, don't sweat it. We'll see you in all the videos. There's no paywall to watch. Share them as many places as you can think of. Tell everyone how handsome I am, or tell everyone how wrong I am. I love my haters. Okay, gang, this is Matt from Texas Toast Guitars reminding you that life is short. You might as well have a cool guitar. Might as well be set up correctly. And if you're so smart, start your own YouTube channel. That's what I did. We'll see you next time, gang. Have a great week.
I wanna play my guitar the only way